Question 9. Ruth left her home at 9 a.m. and walked to the library. She got to the library at 10:30 a.m. Ruth walked at a speed of 4 miles per hour. Part A. Work out the distance Ruth walked. Well, we know that distance is your speed multiplied by the time you were doing that speed for. So her speed was 4 miles per hour. Now her time was from 9 to 10:30 a.m. and because the speed is in miles per hour, I'm going to keep the time in hours. So the time was 1.5 hours. If I used the time here as minutes and put 90 minutes, it would get really confusing. So make sure you keep the units the same. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times a half is 2. So this comes out at 6 miles. The other way of doing this was just to do it logically. If she's walking at a speed of 4 miles per hour, from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. she would have walked 4 miles per hour. And then from 10 to 10:30, because that's half an hour, there would have been another 2 miles walked. In terms of awarding marks, a correct method will get you the first mark, and the correct answer gets you the second. Ruth got to the library at 10:30 a.m. She stayed at the library for 50 minutes, then she walked home. Ruth took 1 1/4 hours to walk home. At what time did Ruth get home? So, she got to the library at 10:30 a.m. and she stayed there for 50 minutes. So we're going to add on the 50 minutes. Then she walked home, which took 1 1/4 hours. So I need to complete this sum here. Currently I've not picked up the first mark. The first mark requires both of the bits being added on to be in the same units. So I'm going to change them to minutes. So we know it starts at 10:30 and I'm going to add on 50 minutes. And I know that 1/4 of an hour is 15 minutes. So that's going to become 75. Okay. I'm sure you know 1 hour is 60 minutes, and so 1/4 will be 15 minutes, which is where the 75 comes from by adding them together. So 50 plus 75, so I've got 10:30 plus 125 minutes. Well, 125 minutes is 2 hours and 5 minutes. So that's 10:30, 11:30, 12:30. She'll get home at 12:35. Just be very careful of the AM and PM here. If I were to put 12:35 AM, it would be wrong. So it's 12:35. You could actually leave it like that, but to be perfectly correct, it would be PM. The first mark comes from getting all the units aligned, and then the second mark comes from getting the correct answer.